Welcome, seekers of inner understanding, as we embark on a journey through the intricate landscape of the human psyche. Our focus today is on the elusive concept of ego and its intricate connection to spiritual evolution. In the grand tapestry of human existence, ego is both a central character and an elusive enigma. Is it a hindrance to spiritual growth, or does it play a crucial role in shaping our humanity? The journey begins with a profound exploration of these questions, inviting you to reconsider your relationship with the complex entity that is ego. Some argue that ego, with its self-centric tendencies, obstructs the path to higher awareness. Others contend that ego, as an intrinsic part of our humanity, propels us forward on our spiritual journey. To silence or not to silence the ego becomes a crucial contemplation. Our exploration invites you to navigate this labyrinth, questioning assumptions and discovering the nuanced dance between ego and spiritual growth. Understanding the ego, a delicate balancing act. Approaching the delicate task of dealing with the ego demands finesse. Instead of viewing the ego as an adversary, perhaps recognizing its integral role in shaping our human experience offers a more holistic perspective. Acceptance and understanding become the stepping stones to a nuanced relationship with the ego. By acknowledging its presence without succumbing to its potential pitfalls, we embark on a journey of self-discovery. What if, rather than attempting to silence the ego, we engaged in a compassionate dialogue with it? This transformative conversation might unravel the layers of conditioning and societal impositions, revealing a more authentic self. Navigating the egoic landscape in modern society, the question arises: does our contemporary society inadvertently nurture the ego? In a culture that often prioritizes individual achievement, material success, and external validation, the ego finds fertile ground. Social media platforms, with their curated representations of life, can magnify the ego's need for approval and comparison. Its influence is palpable in various spheres, from the personal to the professional, often leaving a profound impact on our collective mindset. Within the professional realm, an inflated ego can lead to cutthroat competition, a relentless pursuit of individual success at the expense of collaboration, and a skewed power dynamic within organizations. The corporate landscape, driven by inflated egos, can become a breeding ground for toxic work environments and unethical practices. On the personal front, relationships molded by an inflated ego often become battlegrounds for dominance and control. The result is strained relationships, broken connections, and a pervasive sense of loneliness, even in a densely populated world. From the desire for recognition to the fear of vulnerability, the ego can shape the dynamics between individuals. Yet, acknowledging these influences invites the possibility of transcending ego-driven patterns. In essence, a mindful and intentional approach to relationships becomes a powerful tool for navigating the egoic terrain. Consider for a moment the implications of ego in decision-making. How often do our choices stem from a need to bolster the ego's desires or shield it from perceived threats? By peeling back these layers, we unveil the authentic self, a self not shackled by societal expectations or the relentless pursuit of validation. The human nature conundrum: are we innately egoistic? Exploring the nexus of ego and human nature unveils a complex landscape. Does egoism inherently define human nature? Or is it a learned behavior sculpted by societal structures? Some argue that the core of our being is altruistic, pointing to instances of empathy, compassion, and cooperation observed across cultures and historical periods. However, the dichotomy emerges when considering the impact of societal conditioning. The pressures to conform, compete, and assert oneself can foster egoistic tendencies. In this light, the quest for spiritual evolution involves a delicate dance between embracing our intrinsic altruism and dismantling learned ego-driven behaviors. Navigating the human psyche, a psychological exploration. In the intricate realm of psychology, luminaries such as Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung embarked on profound journeys into the human psyche. Freud, through his structural model of the mind, positioned the ego as the intermediary between the impulsive ID and the moralistic superego. It acts as a balancing force, negotiating the primal desires of the ID with the societal norms instilled by the superego. This conceptualization provides a psychological lens through which we examine the ego's intricate role in shaping our thoughts, actions, and interpersonal dynamics. Jung, in his expansive exploration of the psyche, considered the ego as the conscious aspect of our mental landscape. It serves as the focal point through which we engage with the external world. While Freud's focus was on the negotiation between internal forces, Jung's perspective emphasizes the ego's role in our outward perception and interaction. This psychological lens unveils the nuanced ways in which the ego operates within the intricate tapestry of the human mind. Harmony and discord, the interplay of ego in human connections. Moving beyond the individual psyche, the impact of ego resonates profoundly in our interpersonal relationships. The ego, when inflated, can erect barriers, hindering authentic connections. It fuels the need to be right, fostering conflicts and discord. The desire to assert dominance or maintain a certain image can overshadow the foundation of genuine human connection. Conversely, a balanced and humble ego can contribute to the harmonious orchestration of relationships. It allows for vulnerability, empathy, and the acknowledgement of others' perspectives. In this state, the ego becomes a facilitator of understanding, a bridge rather than a barrier. As we navigate the intricate dance of human connections, the role of the ego becomes a determining factor in the symphony of our relationships. The illusion of separation, ego, nature, and society. Zooming out from personal relationships, we encounter the broader canvas of societal dynamics and our relationship with nature. Ego, in its inflated state, fosters the illusion of separation, the idea that we are distinct and detached entities, isolated from each other and the natural world. This separation becomes evident in our treatment of nature as a commodity rather than an interconnected web of life. The exploitation of natural resources, disregard for environmental consequences, and the relentless pursuit of material gain all stem from an inflated ego's perspective that places humanity above and beyond the intricate tapestry of the planet. In this paradigm, recognizing the intrinsic value of all living beings and understanding our place within the greater ecosystem becomes paramount. As we unravel the intricate connection between ego and spiritual evolution, it becomes evident that the role of ego is nuanced, impacting our personal and collective existence. The journey towards self-awareness involves navigating the delicate balance between acknowledging the ego's presence and ensuring it doesn't overshadow our higher selves. Rather than viewing the ego as an antagonist, Recognizing its roles and benefits allows us to integrate it into our journey. Striving for humility, empathy, and self-awareness becomes the compass guiding us through the labyrinth of human experience. How has your own ego influenced your personal and professional relationships? In what ways do societal expectations contribute to the inflation or suppression of the ego? Can ego be a catalyst for positive change, driving individuals to achieve remarkable feats? Feel free to engage with these questions in the comments section, sharing your insights and perspectives. Your journey is unique, and your reflections contribute to the collective wisdom of our community. Hit subscribe, join our community, and together, let's illuminate the world with the brilliance of understanding. Until next time, may your reflections be profound and your spiritual journey be one of enlightenment.